years. He joined Toastmasters in order to tell everyone his deepest, darkest secrets. Okay, today Brian will be giving his second speech, Let's Get Personal, from the Advanced Communicator Storytelling Manual. The objective of the speech is to create and tell an original story based on a personal experience. The title of his 6 to 8 minute speech is Fast Break, eh? Please join me in welcoming Brian.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. We have a very serious speech today, very serious. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, how many of you have heard the phrase, sports don't build character, they reveal it? Well, this, I guess nobody has, but this quote has meant a lot to me when I think about basketball. Basketball has been something I've played since I was young, and it has shown me my greatest strength, that I'm an extremely driven individual. So let's set the scene. It's my sophomore year in high school. It's a muggy afternoon in August, just like today, and I'm in my high school gym. It's the second day of tryouts. The hum of the lights are drowned out by the sound of shoes squeaking, whistles from the coaches, and a little bit of trash talk. It's scrimmage time, and I'm guarding this 6'8", 200-pound point guard named Hollis Thompson. You may recognize his name because he played for the Philadelphia 76ers just last year. He's coming down court, and he's looking to pass, not realizing how he's dribbling. And I'm here, and I run up to him, and I steal the ball. The court is empty ahead of me. It's a fast break. I gather my legs as I get closer to the basket, because I'm ready to dunk it just as I had practiced. I get up in the air, and this is my biggest basketball moment. And to tell you why, we have to go back to my childhood. Let's roll back the time. My earliest memories are playing basketball with my dad on an orange and white Fisher-Price basketball hoop. We would spend days and hours playing on that court, and we would spend our nights watching this purple and gold team playing on TV. Finish your homework, he'd say, and then we can play. And I finished my homework so fast just so that I can go out and shoot around with him. And if I got high grades throughout the year, he would pay for my basketball camp in the summers. Basketball drove me to get better grades. By the time I was 7, I transferred to a school that had recess and lunch and had basketball courts on the playground. There were some battles on those basketball courts, but I was always picked last. Because I was a transferee, I was the new kid, people made fun of me, and I was made fun of every day. Kids would call me monkey's uncle, monkey's uncle. I don't know why, it just sounds funny. And imagine me, 7 years old, after every recess and lunch, dirty, in tears, my voice hoarse from yelling at my classmates who couldn't pass or couldn't shoot. And somehow, because I was picked last, the other team always had the 3 best players on their team. So I spent every recess and lunch, every day, from 2nd grade to the 5th grade, losing every single game. Fast forward to when I was 10 years old, and the school had formal teams. This time, I could prove that I was a star, and I did. Some of it was because I was good by then, and some of it was because my dad was the coach. He had coached me all throughout 2nd to 5th grade, practicing so that I could finally beat these guys, and I never did. And it took him being the coach for them to show me respect. And finally, at 10 years old, I got some friends, and basketball soon became a source of confidence for me. We played well, we won some games, and I was the leading scorer of the team, and I was sure to play in high school. I had no doubt with my dad's coaching that I'd be able to make the team. So after 8th grade, when high school came around, tryouts were in September. I played okay. I thought that I was good enough to make it. There was some tough competition, but I played okay. When the list came out in the locker room, I scanned it from top to bottom. And sadly, my name was nowhere to be found on the list. I will never forget my dad coming to pick me up after tryouts. And I sat in his car and I cried. I had to tell him that I didn't make the team. That summer, I was determined. I was driven. It was time to get to work. I picked up some weights. I started working out. I ran miles and miles, and I shot practice shots every single day. I played for hours until my dad would yell, "Ryan, it's midnight. It's time to go to bed." I played every single day to practice so that I was ready for that next tryout. That was my summer. Bringing us back to the gym, the sophomore year, second day of tryouts. It was a fast break. I was ready to dunk. Here I was in the air, and I was thinking about all of that in the back of my mind. So I went up, ball in my hand, and the wind was crazy that day or something because the ball actually slipped out of my hands and I missed the dunk. Now, I wish I could say that I still made the team and I went on to play all 4 years of high school. I played in college. I wish I could say that I made the NBA and decided to become a buyer because I hurt my knee. But I didn't make the team. And I ended up trying out for 4 more times, practicing all throughout all those summers, even harder. And I never made it. This was sad at the time, but I realize now that throughout that time, basketball was really showing me who I was. The game brought me friends, it brought me my confidence, and it brought me a relationship with my dad. And we still watch basketball games together, and we'll still text each other back and forth the latest NBA news. Greatest of all, I learned the life lessons for myself. I learned that first, failure is an opportunity. I learned that falling is a part of life, but getting up is a way of life. And I learned that no matter how difficult the journey, how long it's going to take, how many obstacles are in my way, I will have the strength, passion, and courage to remain driven. Thank you.